What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Relaxing Thoughts Podcast. I am your host, This is True Relaxation, and we are back again with another one. I don't know. It feels like it's been a long time since I did a podcast. I don't think it has. I think I don't know. I feel like I lost track of time, but yeah, I spent like some time like focusing on myself, I guess, and doing more things for myself. So I guess it feels like I was just in my own time space. So I kind of feel like I don't know. I feel like I haven't did a podcast in like a month, but I think it might be the same time period. I don't know. But yeah, as always, if you guys enjoy listening to my podcast and whatnot, please consider sharing it. If you listen to it on Apple Podcasts, rate it 5 stars, and yeah. So as always, things that I have been up to, I actually been up to a few things. So I'll get into that. I have finally started like picking up, getting back into streaming again. So like the past week I've been streaming like almost every day. So if you're interested, Digital Relaxation is my Twitch. I try to stream different things. I'm trying to do right now I'm like streaming a walkthrough of a game, and on the side I also like play Apex and Warzone. Just have variety. I'm trying to make like a more solid schedule so I know what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, I guess, so I can like add that set up so people can know. But yeah, just been doing that. Speaking of Apex, by the time this episode the last episode from this episode, the new season has dropped with the new character. The character, he is dope, but he is definitely very broken. It's literally almost impossible to like play a game without running into like that character on the enemy team, and it's just like annoying when it seems like because we always had that bad luck where it's like you fight a team, like when two teams are like fighting each other or whatever the case is, and for whatever reason those teams decide to like gang up on you. It's annoying, but having Sarah on both teams gang up on you is terrible, because he can literally track wherever you are, and having them both do it to you at the same time is like you're literally being tracked by 6 people at once, like step by step. They know where you are, and like having 6 people just straight up push right into you is just annoying. But he is, if you know how to use him, he's a great character. But I feel like they do need to fix like redo some things about him so he can be more like balanced and less annoying when you run into him. Like his ability can like shoot through walls, and it just happens to be that you're behind that wall, you can still get caught by it, and it's like kind of annoying. I mean, it's helpful, but it's also annoying because it seems like whenever it's one of those cases, like whenever you're hit with it, like everything just goes downhill for you. But if I hit another teammate with it, if I hit an enemy with it, it just seems like nothing happened. Like they don't even be stressed out about it. My team don't know how to capitalize on it, so it just sucks. Like you gotta have like good like communication and formation to run him. But yeah, other than that, the new map, well not the new map, the new change to the map, I kind of don't like it. I didn't like the second change. Like the map when it first came out, I enjoyed it. When they changed it the second time or the first time, I didn't like it, and they changed it again, and they got rid of like my favorite parts of the map, which sucks, so I dislike it even more now. So I don't know, I'm kind of just waiting for the split at this point just to go to another map. I'm kind of tired of that map already. But yeah, along with my streaming and stuff, I actually finally I always had I had a TikTok account for a while, but I finally like decided to like actually start uploading stuff on there, and like surprisingly I'm like for the few videos that I got out there, I got like gameplay videos, and like surprisingly they doing like pretty well for like me just throwing them up there. So if you guys want to head over and see like some of my Twitch highlight clips on my TikTok, it's the same at Digital Relaxation. And yeah, I have been also watching anime again, just trying to get back into enjoying it more. The last anime I watched, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a romance anime. It's called After the Rain. I don't want to go too deep into like, I'm not no review person. Well, I don't want to review this, but it's a short anime, so like honestly, if you're into romance, but it's a different romance. Like it starts off as a typical romance, and then eventually it goes into something more deeper, and like the romance stuff gets pushed to the side eventually. So it's a more mature take on the romance genre in anime. If you're into that, it's called After the Rain. I'm currently watching another anime now called Ristorante Paradiso. It's supposed to be Italian, because the anime takes place in Rome. So yeah, it's one of that. I don't know what to categorize this one as yet. I only seen like 2 episodes. It started off as a casual slice of life, then it kind of got romance stuff into the second episode. So I don't know where this is going right now, but right now so far it just seems like a casual slice of life anime about this restaurant. So yeah. That's about that. In recent music news, a lot of music stuff happening. Apparently Kanye was supposed to drop his album, but I mean, I'm not really excited about it. I haven't listened to be honest, I have not listened to a Kanye West album like all the way through or legitly since Yeezus. Like whatever came after Yeezus, I have not listened to those albums at all. So at this point I'm kind of like done with Kanye. So I don't care. But out the blue, Nas drops a sequel to his King's Disease literally like a year later, like very quickly. So he must have already had that. Probably not all in the works, because he referenced like a lot of things that referenced in the album were things that happened recently as well, and like in life. So it's like, I don't know. I guess it's one of those cases where he was just very, very inspired and he just knocked it all out in one shot type thing, which I have done that before in my projects. I think I did that with my Portrait of Rome album, where it was like I was just like, I was planning it for a while, and then like for like 2 weeks I just knocked the whole thing out. But yeah, so when you're inspired, right, I think it all comes nicely. The album is great. I feel like this one and the first one, I feel like the first album was him just being like, it's kind of the same theme. It's like him accepting his state in life and in this rap game as being like, you know, like he still thinks about when he was younger and like the things he went through, and like now look at his life now, and then now he's like, no, now all these other people are coming in after me, and I think I should be the guy who's like helped them out and showed them the right way to this music thing and whatnot. Like just showing the maturity and like how he came so far from just being this kid in Queens, and here he is now. So like it's one of those, like, you get to that mature stuff, it's dope. Bro, he said one line in one of his songs. I have no clue, I don't know what song it is, but I was listening to it while at work and I was like dying laughing. He was like, Tiger is happy because both his parents' life matters now, because Tiger Woods is mixed with Asian and black, and due to recent issues. Yeah, I was like, bro, that's hilarious. Just the wordplay, great. I didn't even know this happened. I don't know what's good with the promotion with TDE, or maybe it's just me, but Isaiah Rashad, I was looking forward to his album, and he was dropping a lot of singles, a lot of music videos, and like I said, for me, I don't like listening to singles. I don't like being misguided into your album. I only listen to 2 of his songs that were like when they first came out, and then all the other ones I left alone. And then his album came out, and I didn't even know it came out like at the end of last month. I was like, what the hell? I was still waiting for it, so it already came out. So I gave it a listen. The album is amazing, as always. Isaiah Rashad did another great album. I just didn't understand how it was like they promoted all the videos, but it was like, just know, hey, the album is here. So that was weird. The only reason why I found out about the album because they was promoting another music video, and I'm like, bro, when is the album coming? You dropping all these videos, like you gonna drop the whole album before the album actually come out? But yeah, so this one is definitely more different from his last album. It's one of those things. It's like it's one of those things where people like you can tell when people are like, I guess when they change from being like a hungry rapper to like they're more comfortable with like their style. Like, of course, Drake is like one of the biggest examples of that. If you ever like go back to his old stuff and listen to him now, it's like night and day. But this one is like he's real comfortable in his like laid back mood, which I dig. I like it a lot, but I feel like some of those like songs where he just like feels like he still has like that hunger in him. Like, I don't think one of those songs were in there. Like, all the songs were just vibe songs, which is not bad, like, at all. It just, I don't know, it's just weird when rappers, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, cause I mean, I tend to do it sometimes too, but yeah, kind of weird when rappers like kind of just, like, some of the things that you enjoy about them, they just completely just say, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it no more. And it's like, okay, I gotta like accept the fact that I won't hear this again from you. But yeah, I'm not gonna be all in depth and give reviews about the albums and whatnot. I enjoyed them a lot. I was not expecting the Nas album. I was waiting for the Isaiah Rashad album. I listened to them both the day after each other. So I already have a few songs on the Isaiah Rashad albums I already like a lot. So I'm definitely gonna try to revisit that album again. And yeah, I'm still just going into the stuff that I've been into before I even get to the topic. I feel like this episode might be short. I always say that, but I don't know, it could be short, so I'm just rambling about the stuff I've just been into lately, because like it literally feel like I've been gone for a while from doing this podcast thing. But yeah, it feels good to be back and just get things out. So another thing that I have watched recently is the Fast 9 movie, and oh my god, I'm still shocked by how much we allowed this franchise to change. Like when the first movie came out, it was like, yeah, street racing, and Paul Walker character was an undercover cop trying to get close to Dom, and he ends up getting into this life of street racing and building a bond with him and letting him go. And then the second movie, being that since he made that decision, he's on the run, so he decided to not leave the country, but just go down to Florida. Because yeah, LA to Florida is definitely near the other side of the world, I guess. But apparently it was safe enough for him to still lay low a little bit. But they eventually like caught wind of him again, as if it was like, and I don't like how quickly, like quickly they caught wind of him. Like it was like one of those things where it's like it was for the movie type thing. Like, cause they showed I don't know what movie it is. I think it might be for the second movie where there's like a bonus. It's like a bonus video showing like how he got to Florida from there. Like they were showing all the places he was going to and the things he was doing to like get places to places and whatnot, and how he eventually got the car that he got when he started that movie. And the fact that it's like for the most part like he just been outrunning them and whatnot, and then this movie is just like it was as if like they just landed on like he just landed on their front door, like, oh hey, there he is, yeah, come in, we need you. Like, yeah, it was just too simple. But yeah, it's like the second movie was probably one of the first times where they started, like, I don't know, the second movie to me personally is my favorite. But yeah, because it was the first time the movie went from like, even though it was like that in the first movie, like, you know, Paul Walker's an undercover cop and whatnot, but it was like the racing stuff was still in the forefront. Like it was all about the racing. And then this movie came out and it became about the undercover mission with him and Tyree's character, and they just used racing as a means to like get to where they needed to go. Like the first thing was like, oh, I need to hire some drivers, so the first thing we have you guys do is race. And it's like, here I am, I'm some freaking drug mob boss who's trying to keep a low profile, and the first thing I do is hire people to do for some illegal racing. Like, good job. And then there was a scene where they needed 2 new cars for I guess to get them to slip, so hey, let's go race these 2 guys. It was just like none of the races mattered. I guess it was just the first race that was really like still to the roots, because it was like a legit street race, like how the first movie was. All the other races and drivings in the scene was just like, hey, here's the new cars. But it was like still tolerable because it was normal stuff. It wasn't until like, you know, The Rock came out of nowhere with a freaking chain gun just walking down the street. So I don't know, we really allowed this the franchise to go crazy, and I got to the point where it's just like, it's whatever. I accept it. But this movie, Fast 9, definitely for me, in my opinion, even though to this day I have not seen Tokyo Drift, a part of me feel like I refuse to watch it. I just don't know. And the thing about it is, like, despite having never to watch it, for the most part, every time like when Tokyo Drift references or characters are put up, it's like, oh, I don't feel out of place about it. It's like, oh, okay, they from Tokyo Drift. But it, like, nothing don't feel like too personal about that movie that it's like, oh, I should watch that movie to see why they talking about this stuff. But yeah, the only thing that was caught off guard for me, caused by the time I got into the franchise, was Han's death, because I didn't know that he died in Tokyo Drift, and I was watching the other movies, which I guess was good for me, as in watching it through a timeline period. Like, he was alive afterwards. So going back to Tokyo Drift was in the timeline. I think that movie came out after, in timeline wise it should come out after the 5th one. I'm not sure, even though, again, one of the reasons why I don't want to watch it, because the movie supposed to take place in a certain time in the future, but yet the technology and stuff was early 2000s, so that's why I don't really want to watch it. Like, I refuse to believe that this is supposed to be this year, but the technology say otherwise. So yeah, but this movie, Fast 9, was definitely weak. Like, to be honest, I was expecting the over the top stuff to save it, and even that stuff wasn't even like, I feel like, I don't know, the most over the top, like, spoilers, but I'm pretty sure it was in the trailer. I think the most over the top thing that happened was that they when they went to space, and I'm like, yeah, it was weird. It was only weird because of how easy it was for them to do that. Like, I don't know. Like, it just felt like, hey, let's just go to space. All right, let's do it. And they just went. I don't know. It just felt like it was too simple. But other than that, I didn't care. But it was like, even that stuff wasn't like, I don't know. It was funny because Tyree's character was bringing up a great point in the movie, and I think that was kind of like a jab at the people who question about all the crazy stuff that happens. So he was like, "No, you guys notice like all the crazy stuff that we've been through, and yet I don't even have a scratch to show for it." Like they seem like there's some like divine force or luck that's like always keeping them out like safe in these situations throughout every movie in the franchise, but they just gagged on it to us, whatever. But yeah, like even I noticed that because one of the scenes was actually weird. I was expecting a better explanation of that, but literally it was just whatever. John Cena character, I mean, honestly, terrible. Like it was a bad character. Like it was literally no point for honestly, it was literally no point for his character. Like we had a main villain set up with I forgot her name, but it's the female who I'm trying to think of what movie she became the villain, and I'm not sure if it was the 8th one or the 7th one, but we had her, and we decided to shove John Cena in here, and she's in the movie, but it's like y'all could have just kept on going with her. Like, so now we need so now we need another they just signed up like more reasons so why we should like just keep having more people to go after. It's just I don't know, but John Cena character was no point of him being there. To be honest, he even barely had lines. Like he barely said much in the movie too. Like he felt like he had no reason to be there. Like he had no motivation, no drive. His goal made no sense. Why he was doing what he was doing made no sense. Him being in the movie made no sense. Like that movie just was just terrible. I don't know. And I don't know, how do you guys feel about characters that like their real life actor are passed away, but they won't kill them off in the franchise? Like Brian character, Paul Walker character is still alive in this franchise, and it's one of those cases of like when you watch MCU movies, and it's like, and it's like what you call it? Yeah, like when you watch a solo MCU movie and you wonder why the other heroes aren't there to help him. It's like, why isn't Brian here to help him if he's still alive then? Like, yeah, supposed to be brothers. Like, why is Dom's sister here, not Brian? Like, I understand because of John Cena character, but regardless, like, all the stuff that they were going through, I'm pretty sure you needed the help you get, but of course they had to give Vin Diesel the Super Saiyan ability so he can power through everything. I mean, the things he was doing in that movie, oh my god. Whatever. But yeah, Fast 9, I mean, I don't know. If you care about the franchise, I mean, go ahead, watch it. But to be honest, I think you should just stop watching the franchise, because there's literally no point anymore. Like, that story just did nothing. But yeah, I should have kept the music with the music, but this topic deserved to be like on its own. In recent news, on the 3rd of August, Verzus happened. Verzus, for like probably one of the best like legit verses. And for those who don't know what Verzus is, it's a thing where they have two artists or groups, whatever the case may be, from like certain genres or certain areas or certain period of time that like who dominated music at a certain point in time, and like they have them go against each other with their music catalog. So one person will have 20 songs, the other one have 20 songs, and they go back to back, and the crowd is supposed to, we're supposed to decide who had the best catalog between the two. But throughout the verses, it been getting soft. Like it's been becoming, no, this not certain, it's not us. No, we don't care who won. They always do the stupid answers of, the fans won tonight. We just celebrating our music. Not this one. And this recent one, we had the Lox versus Dipset, and we got a legit clear answer on who won this one, bro. I never seen it was so one-sided, bro. I was watching it live and I saw people giving scores and whatnot, and sure, but to me, I don't want to give scores. I just give like overall, like the songs and what they was doing and how they performed it and how the crowd was feeling it. Like legit, I give Dipset no points. like Lox wiped the floor with them. Jada, more specifically, Jadakiss wiped the floor with them. This man, I don't know. That man was definitely like, he came with a mission to like, and it was great because it was like, it's two parts of New York. They dominated. The Lox came late 90s. They mainly dominated towards the early 2000s. Dipset came early 2000s. So they both was holding it down for New York in the early 2000s. But the Lox shows that they was really like out there. Like Dipset was a strong movement, but only for New York. I feel like Lox was like more international. Like, yeah. I don't know, bro. That was amazing. I definitely would like to see more verses like that, like where they are actually trying to like out showcase each other. Like, yeah, the song is good, but let me show you why it's good by showing you how good I am performing it. Like Jadakiss was like mocking them because they was like, every time Dipset would go, they would have the song playing with the words in the background, and they would just rhyme over the words. And they like, he like, bro, like why? Like they over here lip syncing. Like y'all could have stayed in your car and listened to the song if y'all wanted to do that. Like, the Lox was like, they just had the instrumentals on and rhyming it word for word. Like, and it was like they knew all the words. There was no stumbles like Dipset. Even when they had the words helping them out, they were still stumbling. They didn't know the words. I'm like, bro, no, it was just looking bad for them. But yeah, I don't know. That was amazing. Definitely want to see more verses where the competition is more there. Like none of that. The fans won tonight. We just celebrating. I mean, like, nah, the Lox won. There ain't no fans. There ain't no New York won this. Nah, the Lox won this. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, New York won this. Like New York came and showed out. I don't know, but the Lox is what they showed why, like why New York is the mecca of hip hop. They showed you like why being an MC is important, not just being a rapper. Like legit having like respect for your craft of being an MC and performing your words, and not only that, but performing it with a group. Like the Lox have been together. Like the Lox is the only group that I can think of that I never see in the news like, oh, Jadakiss and Sheik Luke was beefing with each other. Oh, Styles P and Jadakiss is beef. Like there's never been no turmoil between them. Like Dipset has broken up like 10 times. Like, and even that, when Dipset came out, it wasn't even the whole Dipset. It was like just the 3 people that you mainly know. But there's a lot more members of Dipset that could have been a part of that. But yeah, like just the energy between all of them. Like they all knew each other's words. They all like even when there was like songs where it was just one person, it was like their single, but they all rapped it together. Like there's no solo. Like it's the Locks. You came here to see the Locks. You didn't come here to see, like, when there's the one where Cameron would do a song by himself, Jim Jones would do songs by himself, Joel's do some songs by himself. Like, nah, like the song is just Jadakiss on the song, all three of them still gonna perform it. Like, there only been a few times when they let Jadakiss rock, and that was on those freestyles when he when he just slaughtered them. But yeah, so that Versus was amazing. In terms of legit verses, yeah, that's the best one. I still really enjoyed the DMX and Snoop Dogg one. I really enjoyed the Method Man and Redman one, but the DMX one and Snoop Dogg one was one of those ones where it's like they was just celebrating their music, like they were showing each other love, talking about the songs, talking about the inspiration for the songs. Like they was actually like, you know, bigging each other up. The Method Man and Redman one was dumb, like just putting on a show. Like they just wanted to give us a show. Like they know we was in lockdown. You know, it's not about the verses, it's about them just entertaining us while we in the comfort of our home. And all the surprises and the guests that came out, it was amazing. But in terms of like legit going at it one for like blow for blow, this is probably the first one I can think of that happened like this, and to this extent where the winner is like so obvious. Apparently, yeah, this is also Jadakiss' second time being on Versus. He did one solo where he went against Fabulous, and apparently he won that one too. And like the fact that this man, the first one to, you know, disrespect Soulja Boy, but he's the first rapper to be on 2 Versus and be undefeated, and so definitely do not want to see him again. There's no reason for a third time, but yeah, that's amazing. So that's I guess everything I've been up to and the things that have been interested in me lately. So I could finally just get into my little topic. I don't know how quick I might run through this or whatnot. I'm gonna try to talk about this the best I can. I brought this up with the group I'm in about like when you make topics and it's like you feel like you talked about stuff, and then like the moment like I upload the episode, like more stuff comes to my mind that I could have talked about, and I hate it. So I want to try my best to like get everything out. Like I said, the point of this podcast is relaxing thoughts. Most of the stuff is these things that I think about. It's not like I don't try to write like a script of what I'm going to be saying. I just put down what it is I'm going to talk about so I can have it in my head. So yeah. So this topic is something this is something that I've always been thinking about like for a long time, and things that I've noticed a long time. And like, of course, I don't like to make myself feel like I'm the center of the universe or whatever. Like everything is me. So the point of me posting these questions and these topics is to see if there's people who also feel the same or who experience the same things. That's why I do this podcast. So one thing, the topic is like the feeling of like if the world is against you, or some divine force is against you. And I'm gonna get into another aspect of that too, but what I mean by this is like have there been times where you like been doing things like, I don't know, like I'm trying to give a solid example. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna go simple. Yeah, I'm gonna go real simple. Like, you and your friend both want to go for this job, and you feel like you was more prepared. You made sure you did what you had to do to make sure you prepare yourself to get this job, and your friend was just like whatever, he just applied and just went in for the interview or whatever. Like probably have less experience than you as well. Like you got more experience, you prepare yourself for the interview, you prepare yourself to just be the right candidate for the job, and your friend is the one who ends up getting picked. So it's like you feel like, I don't know, like it's one of those cases like why, like you had to try not even twice as hard, but like 4 times as hard as the next person to get to the same level as as another person. And I've always noticed that when I was like, for the longest, like since probably I was a teenager to now, like whenever I try to do things, and it's like I really had to like go all out and struggle with it and put my all into it. And then some people I know probably gonna go do the same thing and they just get it real easily. And it's like, I don't know, like, is that my fault, or is there really something that's like stopping me from like succeeding at the same level and at the same rate as the next man or next person? Like, I don't know, like, yeah, it's just interesting to like, I know there's other cases where people who aren't like as qualified, like I'm not speaking of that situation, like say this, like I said, you go to a job and one person is least qualified than the other person, but the person who's least qualified is the one who's putting more effort in trying to get this job, and more effort and like, you know, taking more time and being more ready. And let's say they do get the job, but it's the fact that they had to do all of that to get the job, compared to if they would have just went in normally and competed against someone who was more qualified, they probably wouldn't have got it. But since they showed the more eagerness and the more drive, that was probably like the winning point for them. And yeah, that's one of those cases where it's like working twice as hard to get what you need to get pays off, because you know you're in a position where you have to do it. But when you and someone else is on the same playing field, and by nature you're just someone who likes to go above and beyond to do things, and the other person is just like nonchalant about, like, you know, if it happens, whatever, and you over here studying and practicing and training for whatever it is you're doing, and that person, the other person gets it and not you, it's like what more do I need to do so I can get into this, like, to get in this position? Like, why do I have to go through these things? Like, there's plenty of things in my life that I'm trying to do, like even to this day, or things that I want to do now. It's like even going to like, even like, there's no shade, like there's no disrespect or no shade or nothing, like even going to TikTok, like I said, I just recently started posting on there. My cousin also started recently posting on there as well. He only posted like 4 videos. I got like probably 6 videos up now. On his first video, he already hit over 1,000 views on it, and the others are like a little bit above hundreds. For me, none of my videos have hit thousands. I have more videos than him, and they all like, they're better quality than him. The funny thing, his video with 1,000 views is him literally like filming off his TV, like like filming like a gameplay off his TV, compared to mine is like legit gameplay, like from the screen to your phone. And yet his videos is higher than mine, and it's like the fact that I had to put so much video, I got to put more videos up just so I could be close to how much likes and plays he got in total, is what I'm saying. Is like, I'm the one who's more capable of doing the things. I'm the one who has like better knowledge and a background on how to do video editing compared to him and whatnot, but yet he's like just instantly just, hey, I'm putting this video up that I just filmed off my phone, and boom, 1,000s. As for me, I got these videos, I gotta take them for my stream. I chop them up so they not too long, get good moments, make sure that the ratio is right, so not too small for your phone, and put it up, and boom, like, still haven't hit 1,000 on none of my videos. But not to say that, like I said, the fact that regardless. Like I'm not competing with him, I'm not comparing to him. For me myself, the fact that I got as much like views as I got, like I put that in terms of like, if I were to get that when I drop a podcast episode or when I upload a video on YouTube, I'll be extremely satisfied. But the fact that like, yeah, so not to say that I'm not like upset with where I am, but it's just the fact that it's like, yeah, like here we both are like, hey, let's upload gameplay videos, and here's him just saying, I'm just gonna take this video from my phone that I recorded, compared to me like completely editing a video down, and both getting different results. So it's one of those cases of like, how much do I need to do? Like, is it one, like I say, is that my fault? Like, am I trying too hard? Is that a case of trying too hard, and maybe you should just let things go with the flow? Is that maybe you worrying too much about trying to succeed? This me speaking in general, like, you know, then I know there's like the positive outlook of it, like, you know, going through these things and the struggle and like the setbacks is to prepare you for something even greater down the line. Like, yeah, like the fact that I'm getting to the point, like I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm getting slightly better at video editing and timing compared to like when I first started my YouTube channel. Like literally it was just me streaming on my Xbox, downloading the video and just putting it on YouTube, like no cuts, no nothing. Like if there was a point that I probably paused in the middle of it, I won't even remember because it's a long video, and I just put it up there. So now it's like, I record the video, I put in the software, I break down the scenes I need to break down, remove what I need to remove, have a good intro, have a good outro, have music in, have music out, like all the extra stuff, all the transitions and whatnot. It's like making it all flashy. Like the fact that I come this far, I personally enjoy the creating process. I enjoy making things. I enjoy learning how to do things better. Like it's one of the things why I did, like when I was streaming lately, like I like added a lot of new things to my stream and whatnot, and just like to make it better and more pleasing. So yeah, I don't know, man, like it's one of those cases of why do, I guess, people like me and whatnot, like why is it the case that some of us who do try harder or work harder, or who are capable of doing more than the next person and yet they try the less, but they get to a point where you want to get to quicker than you? And it's like, it for the people who can't like handle those things, that definitely can be like a spirit crusher, and like it makes you question like why you doing things anymore. Like, you know, here I am, like, you know, working hard and struggling and studying, practicing, getting better at doing this thing. I'm trying to like become the best whatever YouTuber or best content creator or best worker, and here comes this guy who just said, you know what, I'm just gonna try this thing and see what happens, and it pops off for him. And it's like, why is it like that? And like I said, like, you know, I think maybe part of it may have to do with like yourself. I think the problem is that we probably are focused too much on trying to compete with everybody, and that's what sucks. I think it's best to like try to compete with yourself. Like, you know, if I upload a video and let's say it gets 100 views, my goal now is that the next video I upload hopefully gets 200 views instead of like, oh, I uploaded the video, got 100 views. My friend uploaded the video, it got 200 views. Like, now I gotta do a video better than his, and then maybe his next video is double. Then it's like you're just completely fighting an uphill battle with this guy instead of just focusing on bettering yourself. And I guess that's the reason why I was spending more time with myself, like just getting to a point where it's like being comfortable with my position and whatnot, and like not stressing about everything and not trying to worry about everybody and what they're doing. Like, I always try to be a big advocate of like minding your own business and just focusing on yourself. But it's like, yeah, it's just little things like that. It's like when you know that your skill sets can put you higher, but yet somebody else with least skill set can still do better than you. It makes you wonder, like, should you keep trying harder or should you fall back and get more nonchalant about what it is you're doing? And then if that's the case, or what if things even get worse for you, then it's like, it's one of the cases like, if you fail, it's cool as long as you gave yourself, if you gave 100%. Like, I gave it everything I gave. It's like there's nothing more I can do about it, but it wasn't enough to succeed, then cool. But like, for the people who just like, hey, I'm just gonna do something, and they fail, and it's like, you can't be surprised about failing because you really tried. So I don't know, I think it's like, it's multiple ways that this can go. I think it's just best to like keep going with whatever you're doing. Don't give up on with anything you're doing. Like I said, for me, I like the learning. I like being better. If that's what it takes for you to get to a better position, like keep learning things, like keep trying more things. Just better yourself, and yeah, just have faith in yourself, confidence in yourself. Like do things that, I don't know, like do things that you want to be done. Like, it's the reason why I do certain things as well. Like, I make certain songs, like, most people don't do songs like this, so I'll make it. Most people don't have podcasts like this, so I'm gonna make it. I don't be searching for a lot of podcasts, but like, there's no one that I know who does a podcast like in this way, where it's like, I don't know, it's like a more like a chill tone about things that are deep in your mind. Like, most of the time people just talking about like what I do in the beginning when I talk about like the things I'm into and the stuff that I've been a part of, but they usually base like their whole podcast on that. Like, if I were to end my podcast just talking about all that stuff before I got to this, they're like that's like what some podcasts be like. And for like, I enjoy some of them because I know that's what I'm getting into. Like, I know that if it's a gaming podcast and he just talk about gaming news the whole podcast, like, this is what I'm expecting. But like, I don't know. But yeah, so like, definitely you definitely don't give up on what it is you're doing, especially if it's a passion of yours. Like, for me, like I said, a passion for me, like I just enjoy creating things. Like, I enjoy doing these things. Like, it feels good to do another podcast episode. Like I said, it felt like it's been a long time, so I feel good about coming back and doing this again, even if it haven't been a long time. It just feels like that to me. So yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like, I don't want to like upload this episode and then come back and be like, damn, I had more things to talk about, and now it's kind of too late. I was told that it's best to like follow it up in the next episode, which I did that. I think the last 2 episodes I did that. So if anything, I might end up doing that. If I ever need things that I need to continue or touch upon again later on, I'll most likely start the podcast, finishing that up, and then I'll go into like the things I've been into, and then the next topic and whatnot. But yeah, I have a topic that I do want to talk about for a while, but it's a topic that I personally do not want to talk about. Like, I want to hear from other people, and I'm trying to find either the right person, or I'm just gonna have to find someone else completely to talk about these things. I have a few topics that I want to talk about with other people that I know. I would like I know that they can bring something to the topics. It's a matter of scheduling and getting them on here. So that, that's 2 episodes that I know for sure that once things are like, when it's set, like I have these episodes in mind. And I had this other episode in mind, but I don't right now have the perfect person in mind of who I want to do it with. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this one. So it might take some time, but until then, I'm gonna just keep doing like these solo things and other stuff that I think about and whatnot. But yeah, I guess this is probably another short one. I don't know, but that was always my goal. For the most part, like if I do a solo episode, I don't want to be talking forever, because like right now, like my throat is getting a little itchy. So talking a lot is so yeah, man. Yeah, so felt like it's been a while since I did the outro. I'll do the question of the day, I guess, which I guess, yeah, for you guys, I mean, have there been a case where like you and a friend or a colleague or whatever, a family member, like both tried to do something, and you know you're like more capable of doing it, and you like put yourself in a position to be more capable of doing it compared to the other person, and they get it, and they either they get it before you or they achieve the goal before you. Like, had there been a case where it's like you feel like you did too much and still wasn't rewarded for it? And yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, again, if you like it, please share it. Rate the podcast. Just trying to get out there and grow and talk about more stuff that's on my mind with people, and have people like, you know, the world is big. I don't want people to, like, you know, you're not alone in any situation you are in. Don't think that, even though I'm a title of this episode, Me Against the World, don't feel like the world is against you. Like, there's a lot of people that go through things and probably go through the same thing as you. It's a matter of finding one good thing is like finding, like, I guess, a group of people to talk to, whether like you find group chats and apps or wherever, Facebook or something. And yeah, like talking to similar people is always great. Gives you a new perspective on things and gives you a new like value on what it is you're going through. And sometimes you realize like, oh, like, geez, like what I'm going through is probably not really that bad if I just take a step back and look at it. Like, yeah. Like I said, it's been a time where, like, after dealing with the things I dealt with, and I finally overcame all my issues, and then I got to a point where I started talking to other people, and then hearing about them all going through issues that was like similar to mine, but it's like hearing it from them is like hearing it from them and knowing that I already overcame these things is like, it makes you realize, like, geez, like I really spent almost 10 years like suffering through this stuff, and like when they talk about it, it sounds like something that, and now that I know how to overcome it, it sounds like it's like, geez, I could have really dealt with this issue a lot sooner had I just been more aware. But I guess that's like, that comes with just being young and not prepared for things. Like, no one don't prepare you for depression and mental health and other issues. No one don't prepare you for failure. Like, in the sense, like when you try hard and yet you don't succeed, like no one don't really 100% prepare you for that. It's just things you got to go through, and it's a matter of how you gonna respond to it. But yeah, like, I don't know. This was supposed to be an outro. I just ended up talking about another thing. Well, there you go. But yeah, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed though. Till then, enjoy your day and enjoy your week. Until next time, peace.